Hi, this is Charlie giving you Monday's market commentary. Hope you're very well. Just put some trend channels on some of these markets here, so let's go through those. Just starting off with the Euro Yen here, daily chart, and put these trend channels on from the lows of November. What a tremendous run the Euro Yen's had. But as you can see, we pretty much hit, depending on where you'd want to mark that trend channel, but I've just marked it across a number of the opens and closes here. We've pretty much hit the upper trend channel line. Now that doesn't mean to say that this can't have one final leg higher, but what you tend to find with a trend channel is that it'll tend to move from one side to another. So I think we have to be cautious a little bit here in the fact that the Euro Yen has had a tremendous run, and then it may want to back off and test the other side of the channel. Now it can do that one or two ways. It can come down to test it, or it can pretty much meander sideways. And a channel like this, actually, we could still see the Euro Yen go up a little bit first. Oh, wrong one. Let's go up a little bit first and then roll over. So, but certainly it's looking like, well, certainly we're at the upper reaches of this trend channel. We've hit it overnight, and I think that you just need to be a little bit wary there on the Euro Yen as to how much upside it's got left. Any upside, I think that it's going to be met with distribution at the moment. Even though when we come out to the weekly chart, you say, okay, well, actually, where are we? We're right into these highs, and the highs of early on this year. This year's highs is on the weekly charts from back in the spring. So we're right there or thereabouts. We may want to do that one final spike through those highs because we haven't as yet done that. But certainly, I think that you need to keep your eye on this trend channel. And it's a similar situation for the euro dollar as well. Got a nice trend channel, rising trend channel here on the euro dollar, and so we have to respect the trend channels. And so when you're in this zone, would I really want to be a buyer right now into this zone, especially with all of the resistance that we've actually got? If we line it all the way back from September, if I can put it on, hold on. So we've got all of this from back in September. So, and we just breached it slightly. Actually, if you take the absolute highs there, then we're there or thereabouts. But I think it's definitely something that we need to be a little bit cautious of. Again, now once more, the euro dollar could, if it wanted to, just run up this side of the trend channel a little bit. But overall, we know that it's at the wrong end of the channel to be wanting to be a buyer. Particularly, it could run it, but certainly you'll know that if it does run, it's only going to run for so much before it will want to then come back within the channel again, and then ultimately come down to retest this side. Now, again, that could happen over here and go sideways, or it could come down to it. But certainly, we've got a lot of resistance here at the moment. We've actually closed on Friday. We closed above all those previous closes, so it was the highest close we'd had in several months, and so very. In that respect, very positive. But I see this sort of pattern on an intraday basis quite frequently, and those highs there and here. And what will often happen is you'll get the first little test on the fourth one, it'll poke its head up, and what very often happens on intraday, it will come down and then go for it again. So that pattern is still potentially in play. So I'm going to keep my eye on this at the moment. I'd far rather it come into the trend channel and then set up for a long play again, because then I know it's got more scope to the upside. Right now, we're playing right against that channel line resistance. So that's what I'm seeing there. The pound dollar is having a great run as well. Let's put a trend channel on here as well. If we can just get that on there, okay. I mean, they're all in a very similar fashion at the moment. Again, wonderful trend channel, and so looks good. But we are in the upper reaches. We haven't quite got to the upper reach of the pound dollar as yet. It's got a little bit more scope to the upside, especially with the highs over here. But again, it's similar to the overall patterns. But overall, bullish, these markets. They still look good, these currencies overall. But right now, as of Monday, they're close to a lot of resistance, and so I'd rather see them back off a little bit and then be looking for opportunities to get them alongside from a swing perspective. And then just lastly, let's have a look at the S&P, because we should have a look at that. And the S&P just backed off a little bit on the latter end of last week after putting this doji shooting star in. but I still think that we could end up having some more upside yet, potentially going into the Christmas period. So we'll see. I haven't even looked at the futures yet today, so let's have a quick look. They're probably where are they? They are about flat from where we closed, actually, marginally up. So we'll have to see. But this low over here is of importance. If we break that, then who knows? We could end up for a change actually having a sell-off over the Christmas period. But for now, the whole pattern at the moment looks pretty reasonable, and that ultimately we can come up for a retest of these highs. Now, I don't know whether that's going to happen this year before January now, but ultimately it still looks good at this stage for that. But obviously, if we start breaking down below these lows, then think the patterns start to change, and then you have to then reevaluate. But at the moment, still looking all right. So the currencies, they're hitting a lot of resistance. Just a point of being a little bit cautious at the moment, and just or patient, should I say, and waiting for them to maybe give better opportunities. So they could actually back off a little bit, but at the moment, I'd be more inclined to just be watching them, and rather than trying to play the back off on a swing basis, although some traders will do. That's fair enough. And then seeing if they then set up once we pull back to the lower trend channel line. Okay, have a great week. Kim will be back in touch on Wednesday, I assume, and then I'll be back on Friday.